Hey there everyone, I am Rabbit and welcome to episode 171 of Let's Play Jade Cocoon 2, where we are still focusing on the bonus forests here in the post game. In our last episode, we began making our way through the level 6 wind forest. We knocked out the first island and we are currently in the midst of completing the second. So this is wind sport specifically, I'm sure you saw with the little upper left-hand tag there. So let us just go ahead and dive right back in. There's really not too much to share regarding a recap. Thank God for that mugwort, because my team's feeling the pressure a bit. I was a little cray-cray and do not presently have a healer on my team. So my water side is more offensive than it's probably ever been, which is making me nervous. But anyway, just to quickly scroll through, because I did not do this in our last episode, which kick-started this recording session, let me quickly scroll through for you while we conclude my recap. So this is where we're at. This is the squad that we've got going on, and that should be a full roll through my team, correct? I think we saw everyone else here. Maybe we didn't, so there you go. Deidre, okay. Emil, I know we've seen you already. Okay, so let's keep going. We're starting with our air side being what faces forward. I honestly don't know what I was trying to do with this team, and I'm not even sure if we'll be able to make it all the way through without needing to go back to the temple to restock on healing items. But we'll just see how it goes, right? we'll take it in stride. So as for things that I was sharing with you guys, I was possibly reminding you, I'm not sure if I had already disclosed this in episode 169, back when the other recording session had concluded about 10 weeks ago, but I was sharing with you guys that Andrew and I are basically in the midst of moving again. We've already begun packing, trying to scout out our next living situation. I don't think we're going to just dive right into buying any sort of property, so much to my frustration, we will be renting again, but I'm hoping this time we will be in at least a townhome or a duplex or something that doesn't feel like we don't have any control. I think we're just, at least I am, I guess I cannot speak for Andrew, but I'm reaching the point where I'm losing a little bit of patience with the whole renting experience. So I think if I have to still be in that market, I'd rather feel more independence and live in an isolated complex or an isolated unit than in a giant building with like 50 units in it or 100 units where property managers are on site. Like, I don't have a desire for that living situation or that arrangement any longer. Therefore, I am kind of holding out for a townhouse, or ideally a duplex, I think would be a little bit better. I would like to have a yard so that all of my guinea pigs can kind of get out and graze, and I hate that a lot of apartment complexes use pesticides, and it's just like, what? Why? What are we doing? It's all for the sake of control. Like, where we live right now, everything is locked all the time. Like, you have to use a key to get to the laundry room, even though it's in the basement of the building. You have to use a key to access the gym, even though it's right beside, okay, so it used to also be in the basement, but they changed things. Not that it matters. It's not like you guys live here. But anyway, they moved the gym. Before it was in the basement and it was locked, which again didn't make any sense to me, because to enter any of the doors from the outside into the building itself, you have to have a key. So you have a key for the outside doors. And then there's a key to get into the laundry room, which is in the basement. Then there's a third key to get to the gym that was in the basement. But the gym has since been moved to the base floor of this building, and it's right beside the property manager's office, so I don't understand why it's still locked during its open hours. I feel like from 8 a.m. until, I don't know, maybe 8 p.m., why don't you just leave the fucking door open and designate one person to unlock or lock it, or I should say close it, because it's locked all the time. You have to have a key to get in there, but not all of the keys can unlock it. There's a special key that locks like the top piece, and then there's a different key that unlocks the bottom piece, if that makes any sense at all. So that way, even if you have a key to unlock it, let's say you want to try to get in during the hours it's not supposed to be open. Wow, that lovely gem, totally worthless. Let's go ahead and toss that. But yeah, so let's say you wanted to go in at fucking 7:30 in the morning because you got to be at work at 9, and so you don't have time to start working out at 8 a.m. Shouldn't really matter. There's not like there's that much equipment in there. There's not like a bunch of free weights that people would be making a lot of noise with. There's one elliptical. There's one, what is it called? I forgot. I'm invisible because I use the height spore. What is it called? There's an elliptical and a treadmill. I don't know why that word escaped me. But, like, that's pretty much it. And there's one little tiny set of those soft weights, you know, like the 5 and 10 pound dumbbells that you can use just to get a little bit of toning in, maybe during your yoga sesh. I don't know what you're doing, but that is an option as well in the gym. It really hardly counts as a gym, in my opinion, for the fact that they're always raising the rent. Like, since he and I moved here, rent has raised, I think, 2 times? Because when we first moved here, we had heard from other tenants that they had just started raising a lot of the rent. But it didn't matter to us because we were so new. Like, we really didn't have a horse in that race. Like, we weren't going to fight with the property managers. We were signing a brand new lease. I didn't really care at that time. But we should have probably taken that as some sort of omen that they tend to be very sketchy in how they conduct themselves when it comes to things like that. I'm just going to drop, honestly, this botulism book. Not going to need 2 of them. I don't know if anyone needs mana. Oh, we do need some mana on Ciara there. So let's go ahead and grab that. So I should have probably taken that to heart a little bit more when one of the other tenants, when we were kind of like walking around on our own and we saw someone, and I am one of those people, like, I don't know if that's considered bad to do this, but I will definitely ask people that live there if I see them, like, hey, what's your favorite thing about living here? Or what's your least favorite thing about living here? What is it actually like? I never trust the actual, like, property managers or the people that work in the leasing offices, because their job is basically to sell the place to you. I mean, they've got that fancy name of property manager or leasing specialist, but basically it's a sales position. Not that there's anything wrong with sales, but my point is that they get paid more by you renting and by you signing up. So I'm not going to fucking trust them versus someone who actually lives in the complex. So I almost always, where we are looking to move, or if we're just considering different complexes, if I see someone and I have the opportunity to speak with them privately, and, you know, their info is confidential because the leasing agent or the property manager is not standing over their shoulders while they're sharing this information with me, I'll ask them for the deets. Like, what do you love about living here? What do you hate about living here? And one of the things someone had told us about this place was they are always raising the rent. They just did a really huge bump for seemingly no reason. And it's pretty much been the same way since we've been here. You get a little bit of a cut if you re-sign your lease like 6 months early, but the discount they give you, and I say that in air quotes, is still ridiculous. I've never experienced that before, and I've rented for a very long time, like since I was 18. So we're like on year 11 that I have been a renter, because obviously I don't own a home and I've never had a home to sell. So it's very fucking obnoxious that these people are constantly, do I really need this pearl necklace? I don't really know. I don't think it's that good. Let's try something. Friends. I'm going to grab this. Oh, I don't really want to use my HP back book. I really need it. And let's put the Grace Pearls on top of it. This is going to free up a little bit of space, and maybe we'll get something very nice. Oh, a Confusion book? I don't know if I really am digging that, but whatever. I guess it's an extra layer of coverage if we're concerned about a battle that we're entering. I don't know. I guess we'll take it. It's fine. But anyhow, ever since we moved in here, it's like the first time Andrew and I have experienced this, where regardless of whether they're making renovations or whatever is going on, they'll raise the rent, and it's being raised a lot. It's not like they raise it $50 each time. The first year they tried to raise it, it was like $150, and then the year after, so most recently, the one that obviously we didn't re-sign, it was a bit more than that. So anyhow, the gist of all of this is renting is such a scam. I fucking hate it. Can't wait to own my own property is basically what I'm trying to say, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But anyway, I don't know how I got off on that little side note complaining about everything being locked and property managers I don't know, was I telling you guys something about, oh, just about we're moving to North Carolina 10 minutes later from my recap, but I'm just telling you, or just recapping what I was sharing with you in the last episode. So we are moving to North Carolina this summer, and I am hoping that among the properties that we're going to be looking at, since at least initially we're going to rent until we know for sure if Andrew's going to be able to receive like a permanent placement at this school, I think I want us to look more towards like a duplex or a townhome, or I'd even be fine with like a condo if I had to do a setup kind of like an apartment complex, because at least in a condo, you're not, I think, at the whim of some overlord that's always trying to control everything. Like each individual condo is likely owned by one person. I mean, some people might buy like 2 or 3 of the condos and rent them out, but they don't own all of the units in the building. So I think that would even be okay with me, but I really do want more of an independent living situation so that we have a yard that we can kind of do what we want with. We can decorate a little bit more freely. So I think that would be really good. And all of my pigs, you guys know that I have quite the array of animals. We pretty much have our own zoo around here, which is great. All the animals are doing wonderfully. Thank you for those of you who always ask about Fee, our bird that had liver disease but overcame all of those obstacles. She's still struggling a little bit, but you know, she's kicking, she's living, and that's all I can really hope for. What is a bit of sad news, I suppose, to report about the animals, specifically the birds. Io, our albino, did get incredibly ill, and she did suddenly pass away. So that was very sad, and I'm not sure what happened with her. I was pretty distraught for a couple of days, but we did like a little burial ceremony, and Andrew's so sweet. He just always humors me, you guys. Like, I am that weird person that I just love animals. I think I got this nature from my father, who I remember very vividly and quite fondly at that as a child. My dad, whenever we would see things, he would call like, you know, Mr. Squirrel or Mrs. Raccoon, and it just almost trying to show respect for these different creatures. And as you know, like, I'm a lifelong vegetarian. My sister is a vegetarian. It's one of those things where I think we've just always felt very strongly about nature and about other creatures. Not to say that that is the only way or even that it's necessarily the right way, but I remember my father being one of those initial figures in my life that made me strongly appreciate other forms of life. I don't know. It just means a lot to me when I'm in the presence of other animals. And I know some people like take it in a really emo direction where they're like, humans are so terrible and they're so evil. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but you know what I'm saying, where they lament the fact that humans exist and they wish it was just them on the planet and a bunch of animals. I do not wish for that. Not even close to that. But I will say that I find a great amount of solace in the companionship of creatures.
Much different from myself up until yesterday. I can win if I follow the book.
You are not going to win.
Come on, let's have a match.
I don't remember if that's I think it is for the bugs. Usually they're just whining about us whooping their ass, and I don't like the looks of this already.
Here goes. Then we can't be standing around here all day.
You're the one taking time. And why are they starting off with so few beasts? That's a little crazy. Oh God, what is he opening with? Sapiate? Well, I got something for you, bro. Check this out. I'm about to put your shit to sleep. I also have Sapiate. Get wrecked. I think that was Sapiate that I cast. If not, then I might just be talking out my ass. But that's okay. That's how it goes. Oh, get destroyed. Oh, that sucks for you. Oh no, maybe it sucks for me. I should not get overly confident here. Woo, Krusty was feeling that. But it's all good. I think we'll be fine. I'm gonna rotate away from this. I really need to. Oh, I have what raises my speed. Okay, anyway. I'm getting a little nervous about some of this because remember, I don't have heals, you guys. So everything we're doing is kind of, it's a little shaky. There's not a strong foundation to the path that we're taking right now. I have a couple of shitty books that heal, but they heal like 100 per use, which is not good. Not even close to being good. But I might go ahead and just use one. Although it looks like Krusty is self-healing, so as these turns are kind of going through, he's getting a little bit of beef to him.
You sure? I'm scary when I'm angry.
I doubt you're scary anytime. But, all right, let's go ahead and use one of the HP back books. I think, you know, this is as good of a time as any to put one of these to use. Really, that's what I need. Do I have liminates? I wonder if that's one of the spells that is improperly inaccessible in Jade Cocoon 2, unless you use an emulator and play the, I don't know, patched version, the hacked version that opens up all of the stuff that was improperly coded or whatever, glitched, however you want to refer to that. But anyway, woohoo! We got some levels!
Ouch! Ow! Ow!
Just give me my fucking medal
I'm
already.
scared. My whole body is swollen. Ow! Leave me alone. I'll give you this.
All right, bug medal, is that 5? Oh, it's 6! Give me my egg!
I already have lots. Okay, I'll give you this too.
And we got mad venom. What?
Please, leave me alone.
Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. Sheesh.
We're in trouble. That's a bullying scene. Can we sell this game?
Oh, shut up, Nico.
But he was the one who started it.
That sucks. He didn't give us an egg? Maybe we already have all of the bug eggs anyway, so perhaps that's part of it, where it's just sort of, there's a point where eggs aren't guaranteed. Oh, that blows, you guys. All of that work for nothing. Ah! So the mad venom is just going to poison, and I'm pretty sure we've had that before. So I'm not thrilled with this find, if I can be completely honest with you. But to finish up my thought about animals, I've just always taken solace in the comfort of other creatures, and not even in the same way as people that I will just put it out there, cringily lament the existence of human beings, and they say, oh, animals are so much better and humans are awful. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of those people drive me fucking nuts. If you've made it to episode 171 of this Jade Cocoon 2, I guess basically it's like a diary LP, or essentially a vlog. No! Okay, thank you. I thought they were gonna fuck up Krusty. This is not gonna be pleased. But essentially, this has just been one gigantic diary Let's Play, because there hasn't been that much story to it. We've had, like, pockets of dialogue from the characters, but the rest of it's been lots of dungeon crawling and me talking about a lot of bullshit. Which is fine. I love talking about bullshit. Maybe you guys get sick of listening to it, but it works out great for me. But you should be more than aware at this point in this playthrough that people drive me fucking nuts. I feel like I am consistently thrust into situations where people are insane. They're just, I don't even know. Like, but at the same time, I feel, even though I'm often telling you guys these insane stories that I don't even believe this is happening or what the fuck is even going on, I feel like I am equally fortunate, and I've equally found favor in a lot of situations that I've been put in. It feels like for as often as things are kind of questionable, I've had moments where things work out super well. So I guess another example of that, and this might be a story better saved for our upcoming video. Can you guys hit this thing? Okay, there we go. This might be a story better saved for our upcoming episode, but as you guys know, I've been working. I am not one of those people that could just spend years chilling, you know. It's not really my idea of a good time, although, whew, I'm reaching the point where a break would be nice, or working part-time I think would be, oh my god, I don't want to fight these things! But it works. It works. It works. Calm down, Rabbit. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna chill on this side. If we can just get everyone to go to sleep, and if we can move a little more quickly than they can, I think, God, that guy on the right he doesn't sleep for fuck. But we got to go first, so I'm gonna just switch myself on over here, bring up some mana, and honestly, if we can just stay on this side for a bit, I think this will work out okay for us. I'm worried about the poison that they've got. Oh, he is fucked. Get wrecked. Oh, beautiful. Maybe that's kind of what I had planned. Starting on my air side. Oh, shit. And rotating to the water side. Since 2 people, it looks like on my water side, can heal. Like they innately have a skill, I guess, or a passive that heals them. I don't know, you guys. I feel like this team is trash, but it's working out and we're not struggling as much as I was kind of fearing when I first realized that I didn't have an active healing ability on this team. Can you please kill the guy on the right side? I would appreciate that. But we do kind of have some heals coming out for this side from that ability, but it's not super good, to be honest. But we'll end on this side just so the XP is shared. But anyway, I was telling you guys, I feel like equally for all the shitty situations that I put in, I have, I would say, an abundance of very positive experience happening and things that I really probably don't even deserve, but for whatever reason, it just works out really nicely. Oh God, you guys, I'm nervous about heading into Win Sport 4 like this, but I guess let's go ahead and do it. And when we resume in episode number 172, we will be ready to enter the 4th island here in the level 6 Wind Forest. So thank you so very much for watching. My name is Rabbit. This is our Let's Play of Jade Cocoon 2 together, and we will continue making our way through the bonus forest here in the post game. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.